All right, my baby, are you ready? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brian, this is Lana, and today we are going to talk about Suicoke sandals and why they cost $250 a pair. I have a pair fresh from them from their Labor Day sale right here. I haven't opened it yet, but before we get into this, we're gonna open a pair of sandals from Billionaire Boys Club because these are kind of like Suicoke knockoffs. Retail is $80. I picked these up on sale for $40. And honestly, when you see them, you're gonna think that they're Suicokes. So the question is, why are Suicokes $250, 3 times as much as this? And are these really a knockoff or are they a good substitute? Let's jump into it. You ready, baby? Let's check it out. So, Billionaire Boys Club. It's not like this is like some no-name brand. This is really Billionaire Boys Club sandals. Although the box kind of has a feel like they went to a third-party supplier to have these sandals made. Not a very high quality box. We got some paper, Billionaire Boys Club. Nice touch versus just white paper. This is a nice touch right here. We've got an actual cloth drawstring bag, printed Billionaire Boys Club. Pretty nice. Now, I did see these sandals in store, so I do know sort of what I'm getting here. I actually don't know with the Suicokes. Those were bought sort of sight unseen just online. And let's have a look. So, one cool thing about these sandals is the soles are actually a design. It's got an astronaut helmet, an astronaut on there. That's a very cool sole in terms of how it looks. I don't know how nice it's gonna be to walk on. And on the other side, we have a really nice, again, astronaut helmet print and then Billionaire Boys Club on the back heel area. Overall, this is a really nice looking pair of sandals. Kinda can justify an $80 price point, definitely justify what I paid, $40, 50% off on sale. And the reason that these remind me of Suicokes is, I mean, quite honestly, if you've seen the Suicoke design, this is it. I mean, look at the plastic tabs at the end of those poles. Those look like Suicokes. This is a Suicoke knockoff as far as I'm concerned. So what's the deal? Why are these so cheap when those are so expensive? I don't actually know. But looking at this right now, you know, quality does kind of feel like what you would expect for the price point. It's nothing really to write home about. A sandal's a sandal. It's not like it needs to be that crazy. But one thing that I think is kind of telling here, if I can show you, I can't actually undo this strap, I don't think. I can't pull this all the way through. I think these are sewn on after they're installed, so you can't actually remove them. It's gonna make it harder to show you this point, but you know, it's marked made in China on the label right there, and that's kind of like a telltale sign, the way that label is made, that this is not, you know, the most high-end premium product. We're gonna slap these on feet a little later when Lana's not sitting on my lap. But now I've got the benchmark for kind of what a Suicoke has the potential to be. The sole itself is pretty firm, a little bit compliant or plush at the top. We have some elevated area right in the toes, which I kind of like, kind of lets your big toe know where it ought to be in the sandal. Let's jump in to the $250 pair and see if it really is that much better. Huh, Lana Bear? All right, so dangerous, gotta open a knife, gotta cut the top of this box open. See if I can pull it from there. Don't want to hurt anybody. Okay, baby. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Oh. Well, look at that. So, similarly sized box to the Billionaire Boys Club. Are they made in the same factory? It's not exactly the same design. So, can't really say for sure. This is a size 12 engineered garments collaboration made in China. So it's made in the same country, but that's not surprising. All of these shoes and sandals tend to be made in China these days. We got some paper again. Wow, we don't even have a cloth drawstring bag. It's just paper and sandal. Oop. But actually, I'm really excited for these. So this is not your kind of standard Suicoke sandal again. This is an engineered garment collab. It's got a very nice tie-dye design. And you know what? Right off the bat, I can definitely feel the difference in the craftsmanship in the upper area. This is a lot more comfortable feeling, even just to the fingers, than this Billionaire Boys Club. And it's not even close. I mean, we're talking, it's a mile more comfortable just to the touch. These are pretty firm, pretty hard. It's gonna be just kind of right up against your foot. I don't know that that's gonna make it uncomfortable necessarily. It's probably just gonna be fine. But if you wanna know why people pay $250 for the Suicoke, it's in the comfort, I feel like. I mean, I can feel it, it's soft, it's plush, it's just nice. It's nice to the finger. If it's nice to the finger, you know it's gonna be nice to the foot. The sole itself feels like it's gonna be a lot more durable. I don't actually know how they made this, but it's a lot harder down here, so I feel like it'll wear a lot better in terms of, you know, putting miles on it, specifically is what I mean by that. This on the bottom feels really soft. Like if you walk a lot in these, you're gonna tear the bottom up. Where somehow with this, even though I can't see, I mean, it looks like there are multiple layers. In fact, that's probably what's going on. It looks like you can see there's multiple layers to this sole, and the upper layer you can feel is a lot more compliant and plush than this lower layer, which is really hard. So I think that's gonna make for a very comfortable but very durable sandal long term. And the design is just nice. I mean, they don't all look like this, but check that out. That design is pretty sweet. The straps as well, very noticeably higher quality than these. You can see the material is a lot more fine. So take a look at the quality of that strap. It's a nylon strap. You can see the thickness of the threads are just a lot thinner there, if that makes sense. But the strap itself feels actually pretty thick, whereas this strap, you can tell just by visually looking at it that it's a cheaper strap. So really, I would say it's obvious just from having these in hand that the Suicoke is a much better made product. Is it worth 3 times as much? That depends, you know, what you're willing to pay on a pair of sandals and why. I can see where the money went. And then actually, again, if we look at the little plastic tab on the end, you know, this is why it felt like a Suicoke knockoff, because take a look right there. You see? And then take a look right here. So really, you know, they copied this sandal. It's pretty clear, but in hand, Suicoke, definitely much more premium feeling. The only thing that remains really is to slap both of these on feet and see how I actually like them. But I'll be honest, these feel pretty cheap. These feel pretty premium. I'm definitely a buy once, cry once type of guy. I like the Suicokes better, and it helps that I got these during the Labor Day sale at 50% off, so these cost me $125 instead of $250. Overall, really happy with the purchase at that price point. I think that I'm a value shopper enough that I would probably wait for the next sale, or I would try to find these on a place like Farfetch. I'd bookmark them and just wait for them to go on sale. I don't think I would pay full price, but part of that is just because these can be had cheaper if you're patient and willing to wait. That's all I've got for this part. We'll get them on feet, we'll show some close-ups, but let me know what you think. Do you have a pair of Suicokes? $250 for a sandal is an extremely high price point. That's the same price as the J Balvin Jordan 3s. Think about that. So it's not for everyone, but I know people swear by these. I am really excited to get these on foot. I am really excited to walk everywhere with them. Okay, first up, we're going to try out the Billionaire Boys Club sandal. I never wear socks with my sandals, so you guys are just gonna have to see my toes. Let's see what we think of these guys. Honestly, these are not very comfortable. There is not a lot of give in the strap that goes over the top of the foot. And when you flex it, there's not a lot of give in the sole either, so you get a lot of tension right here, a lot of friction, and again, this padding up top is just not soft. So I am not impressed with the comfort of these just right off the bat. They do look pretty cool though. The color is cool, the design is cool. Can I walk in them? Yeah, I can walk in them. Would I want to walk very far for very long? Probably not. I don't think so. So I think these might, you know, break in a little bit over time, but honestly the materials just aren't such of a good quality that I would expect these to actually last very long either. So not impressed, but also not surprised given the differences that I saw just visually observing them side by side earlier. Let's try out the Suicokes. They definitely feel a lot more comfortable just being strapped in. Again, the padding up top is way thicker and way softer. Let's try actually taking a couple steps. So I usually wear strapped sandals. In fact, I'm going to show you a pair that I usually wear really quickly. I've mentioned these in other videos I've done randomly. These are Freewater sandals with Therm-a-Rest soles. It's actually the bedding that you use when you go camping. I don't know if I can get up close there, take a look at that. These, in my opinion, are the benchmark for the most comfortable sandal ever made. I can walk miles and miles and miles in these. And do I think the Suicokes are more comfortable than those? No, I do not. And actually, I think it's all in the sole. Again, the Therm-a-Rest is just incredible. but I do like the upper area a little bit better. I usually, you know, I'm not a fan of things that go through the toe if they're not comfortable. The plastic ones drive me nuts. These, again, are the most comfortable sandals in the world, in my opinion. I don't think the Suicokes beat them, and for the price point, you kind of would expect that they would. There obviously is a lot more going on here in terms of the build and construction. These are far simpler and thus probably far cheaper to manufacture, but the Suicokes aren't bad. I'm gonna give them a shot. I'm gonna try to walk a good distance in them and see how I like it. The way that it holds the foot going over the top is a bit different than what I'm used to, and so I gotta just spend some time breaking them in. I do think that these will break in a lot better than the Billionaire Boys Club. They're built a lot better, and quite honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna give the Billionaire Boys Club a chance to break in. They're just not very comfortable at all. Where these are not uncomfortable, they're just not as comfortable as the most comfortable sandal in the world, but I think I could get used to them. And they're not annoying me just walking back and forth. So, I think that's it. I think we're done. These definitely win over these. And that's all we have for this one. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you, and we will see you at the next one soon.